Okay, and welcome back to Let's Play Terrafirmacraft. On this exciting episode, I'm just finishing up my house a little bit here. And I decided to put cobble for the floor. And I put most of it in off camera, but I was just finishing up the last bit of it here. And there it is. Okay, so we have a floor. We've got 3 batches of this going now, and one of them's dry. So let's grab that. It is getting dark out. And then we're going to move all of our storage inside. And it's very exciting to have a home. While I was out exploring and getting resources, I did find a couple extra crops. I found, what did I didn't even remember. Green beans, and onions, and rice, and some more. I think I already had squash, but I found some squash. I think squash is going to go pretty well up here too. I found some pigs. Haven't found any cows yet. I'm very concerned about cows. Probably have to look up where cows spawn and see. We might have to go on an exploration. The last time I played, I was trying to do this on Twitch, and I have a great world there, but the cows were also not spawning on that particular world. So I'm basically building in a bunch of windows here. Fair enough. Okay. So that's pretty good for that. Let's, boy, I have a full inventory. I really should create a few extra clay vessels. We're going to be running out of clay soon anyway, so let's use it for something that is important. There we go. I'm going to create a couple more jugs. Jugs are easy. You just make a little spout on the top level, and then for here, you make a little handle. It's this little thing here. This is like a little jug with a little handle. It is a little bit more complicated than other recipes, though. So put 2 of those in there. Let's do one more. These break, and that's the reason I'm making them. Oh, I guess I'll do one more. That should keep me set for jugs for like ever. Okay, and I've got a ton of this straw, so that won't be a problem with this. Fill those pit kilns up there, and good. And then what we will do is grab some wood. Plenty of Douglas fir to go around. Oops, I hate doing that. I do that all the time. If I had a saw, this would actually harvest a lot faster. It actually does harvest faster than a tree does. The game recognizes that it's not a full tree, but it's still a pain in the ass. Go ahead and start those up. That'll be very useful. I did find oak trees, so I'm going to go put this. I've been putting random saplings in the forest over here. So yeah, okay. But I think I'll put my storage right along here on this wall, which doesn't have a door along it. Yeah, you just seal these up and you hit them with your fist and they'll pop into your back slot right there, and then you can place them down. Eventually we can make some signs to label these. Okay. And then let's grab our vessels. Get out of here, kid. You bother me. Okay, he'll be fine. All right, let's continue. So I was just thinking about seeds. Do I still? Yeah, I still have a hoe. Let me go plant some more crops along here. I'm still going to stick to groups of 4 if possible. Okay. Have I planted cabbage yet? I assume so. Yeah, I did. I do have rye, but I don't have rice, so I'll plant the rice. Ooh, I got an ender pearl without working for it. That's always good. Ender pearls are great. And I think I'm going to do what Etho did in his playthrough, and that is use certain items like that to create DecoCraft molding clay, so I can spice things up a little bit once we get a little bit more advanced. Okay, I think that's going to do it for planting. Okay, and so I actually made a pretty strong cut there. We are actually quite a bit north of where I just was, but I had finished planting and I decided I wanted to go explore for a couple reasons, mainly because I wanted to see what's up here. But here's our home, and here is where I ended up here in this northern area by this bay and these mountains, and it's really cool. There's a lake, and we do have this gabbro sticking out in this mountain, so that's something to keep in mind as well. But one important thing that I thought we could find up here would be some different crop types, and specifically potentially pumpkins. We haven't really gotten into pumpkins yet. In standard TFC, you know, you would typically there would be pumpkins for they would just be out on the field or in the wilderness that you would be able to pick up and use right away without any modification, except for putting a torch under them. In this, however, you pick up pumpkin, you get weight, and the reason for that is the TerraFirmaPumpkins mod, as you can see there. This is a mod that makes pumpkins growable, but takes away their natural spawning in the field and makes them like regular crops in the field. So basically you have to harvest them like a regular crop, and then you have to process them with the hammer, as we saw there. And so you just put 16 ounces in your crafting grid with your hammer, and it will process it into a regular TerraFirmacraft pumpkin, which you can then make into a jack-o'-lantern. I have another mod called Cooking with TFC that actually takes it one step further. You can use a knife, I think, or I can't remember exactly, but there's a way to make the pumpkin into a Cooking with TFC pumpkin, which you can turn into a different kind of jack-o'-lantern. It's complicated. We'll talk about that later, but just going to take the rest of these pumpkin seeds and make the rest into as many pumpkins as I can. And we're going to have about, I don't know how many seeds, but we'll plant them all because we want as many of these as we can harvest once we get to the point where we can harvest them. So yeah, every time I get 16 ounces of pumpkin, I am going to create another one though. That means another permanent lamp back home. And the pumpkin seeds, I've got 24. That's a ton. That's great. I'll plant every single one of those. So with my new computer, a couple things. First of all, I tried to upgrade the RAM, and it does seem to be running a little bit better, but I'm sorry to say I was unsuccessful. I think it's running better just because maybe it's I have no idea why it's running better, to be honest. There's less exploration lag. I don't know why, but there's still some, and I was unable to get the RAM in there because the shape, you know, the shape of the RAM cartridge is different than the ones that I just happen to have on hand. There's like two different types, you know, and one of them has a sort of asymmetrical frame, you know, like a, I don't know how to describe it, but like a, it's just asymmetrical in how it plugs into the keyboard, into the motherboard. And the type that I need is one that is symmetrical and has a different shape than what I have. So I need to get a different type of RAM. I can't just use my the RAM that I have. And that's fine. And then the other issue was my screen. I had two computer screens on my previous computer. On this guy, and now we're getting some lag. On this, oh, got some considerate. I am just swimming in tin. But no iron still. The other issue is that, so I had multiple screens, and now I only have one actual screen because the new computer doesn't have VGA input, which is probably a sign of advancement for the technology or whatever, but I don't have an adapter, and I don't have an extra DVI cable, so I had to what I did is I just plugged my TV into it. So I've got this giant flat screen TV sitting on my desk now. Interesting. Yeah, that's Tetra. It's nice, but I'm actually playing the game on the smaller screen, and I use the TV screen for my, you know, things like looking at the wiki and whatnot. It's so large and it's so close to me that it's almost annoying in how distracting it is. Okay, so yeah, I think that's good. Let's I love exploring, but we really should head back home. Oh, didn't mean to jump there. What is that? That looks weird. Oh, it's Galena. Okay, so still no cows. I think I'm gonna probably have to go south to find cows. That's neat. I guess let me grab these seeds over here, and then we'll go home. Yet more malachite. Oops. I've been so good about color coding my points here. I just gotta stay consistent. Oh, buddy. Oh. Crap. Okay. Tell you what, I'm gonna go off camera, and I will join you back when I get back to my gravesite. Well, I can't believe it. On my way up to get my stuff, I got attacked by another bear. This one's in the water. I'm struggling as to whether... I think if I have to kill the one up here anyway, to me it makes sense not to waste my equipment on the one down here, unless it's the same one. And I've got this thing... Gosh, the default distance is not optimal for seeing those waypoints. I wonder maybe if I should expand it. But anyway, I had to go all the way from where I originally started all the way up here. So I have explored a few things and added a few indicators on the map. Such as these little ore things. Let's see if the bear is over here. Or, you know, it's conceivable that that bear walked into this river and got flushed downstream, although there doesn't appear to be a current, so... But it could be the same bear, and if it is, I'm going to go kill him. And if it's not, I'm just going to kill just the one. Does anybody see any bears? Oh, yes, I do. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. This really is annoying. That's perfect. Okay, so this is just right where we were, and this time we're going to be on the lookout for the bear. He got us up there last time, so he's going to be around here. Definitely want to keep this stream in mind as an escape route, and we've got rain. I'm worried about lag during this battle. Using the mini-map radar, there he is. Of course, I missed. Grab these javelins. This is such a precarious and stressful thing. And those 2 javelins are gone, and I'm almost dead. And the lag is, yeah, I was worried about that. I think I just need more javelins. Stand by. I don't know how quickly they regenerate health. Oh, there he is. Maybe I can use the river. I don't want to waste javelins either. Only got 4 left. Ooh, buddy. Okay, this is not going very well. I am so close to dying, and he is getting down there, so it's not like I'm completely ineffectual, but let's just grab a bunch of these javelins quick while I have a chance. And he'll be back up on the land any minute. Oh, this is so nerve-wracking. One more should do it. Got him. Alright. Well, I'm definitely gonna celebrate this great victory. Ooh, it jiggles. That's a weird achievement name. Now we're gonna be struggling with inventory because we've got so many javelins and whatnot. We'll have to make some choices, but that's okay. At least we've got our stuff back. I think I could just mine this by hand. Yeah, now we've got just a shit ton of axes, a bunch of javelins, with that one large hide. I'm tempted to go kill that other bear, although I know that my victory ratio is like 1 out of 5, so 20% chance of success is not exactly a ringing endorsement, but for now I'm going to hang on to some of these javelins. And let's go get our stuff, and then I really should head back home and work on stuff there. This episode is getting kind of long, so I am going to end it once I get my stuff and start heading back home, and then we'll start fresh next time from home. Holy crap. Okay, well, I've got rid of most of my stone tools, but I do think I will carry these things back that I'm holding now. And I think I'll take my water. Okay. The only thing that worries me is if I confront that other bear. I guess I'm not going to. I guess it's just too dangerous. And yeah, let's just head home. So I'm gonna head home, and we'll pick it up here next time. We'll start a new episode, and we'll do some domestic things. I really need to get going with the quest book, and that's what we're probably gonna end up doing. So keep it here, keep it on my channel. I'm glad you're able to join me. Hope you enjoyed our crazy bear attack battle thing. And we'll start doing something productive next time. Still no sign of cows. I don't think they're going to be up here. I think they're going to be down south. I think cows probably need a drier climate to spawn in or something like that. We are in a super duper wet climate up here. So chances are we're going to have to get south to find cows. In the meantime, also no iron. That concerns me greatly. I think what I'd like to do is explore the slate biome that's just to my south at some point, and I hope there will be iron there, but you know, we'll play by ear. That's the nature of this game, is you have some good things and some bad things about wherever you are, and the good thing is that we have a shit ton of copper and cassiterite. Bad thing is going to be iron, so we'll overcome these challenges together next time on Terrafirmacraft.